The Commonwealth Games. Yeah.
Now, obviously, you want to kind of roll this momentum in that direction.
Correct.
Is this something you're going to carry through training?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I work on being consistent. So a lot of the things that I do in competition, I also do it in practice because practice makes perfect. So for me, that's, a lot of the things that I did in competition today, I'm going to roll that into, practice session leading up to the Commonwealth Games.
So that consistency, is that something that you would really strive to push on young athletes that are aspiring to
Yes.
follow?
I mean, for me, I've learned that if you throw a certain distance, the more consistent you are, even on a bad day, you could still come out with good, satisfying distances that you want. So that's what I try to do, because the more consistent you are, it's like, even with a little bit of adrenaline and a little bit of, excitement in the competition, it's only going to get better. Mm-hmm.
Where are you based?
I currently live in the U.S. in Ohio. I train with my high school, my collegiate coach, Nathan Fanger. So that's where I'm at.
Which city?
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Sorry. And you went to college there as well?
Yes.
Where was that?
Kent State University.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Cool. Was that a big decision for you to leave Jamaica and leave home?
It was, and going from Jamaica to Ohio, I don't know, the weather is very similar to what it is right now. So when I came here and I saw that it was snowing, I was like, oh, perfect. This is my kind of weather. So for me to go from Jamaica to a cold, state, that it was a big change, but it has paid off, so.
Cool. And underage as a teenager, were you in World Junior Championships?
I was not. I was a late bloomer, so I was at a high school that really didn't have a big track and field program, and after I kind of left that high school, went to another high school that was more involved. It's Edwin Allen High School, so they were more involved in track and field, and that's kind of where I started to develop my final 2 years of high school, and then that kind of transitioned into college.
Cool. And where did you grow up in Jamaica?
I was born and raised in Westmoreland.
Okay.
Westmoreland, Jamaica.
Cool. Yeah. And was there any athletes in your family?
My mom, she played netball, and I played netball all throughout high school and primary school. So that's kind of where I started netball. And then I had a coach. His name was Roderick Miles. He told me that traditionally netball doesn't get that much attention in Jamaica, and so he kind of told me to make the decision if I wanted to get a good scholarship to go to a university in the United States. I kind of had to make that decision for myself whether I wanted to stick with netball or do something else that would give me that opportunity, and that's what I did.
Do people appreciate the throws? I know you have Frederick, and are Jamaicans finally starting to?
I think they are. I honestly think they are. Because I remember for the outdoor championship, I was this close to getting a medal, and it really shows that the whole country started to appreciate the throws, not just the sprinters.
Cool. And outside of track, what are your main interests? Or not track, but throws, I should say.
What other sport?
Or hobbies or anything like that?
I don't really have any hobbies anymore, but I do like to watch gymnastics. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you get home to Jamaica much?
At least once or twice a year. So yeah.
Cool. And your training, would that be twice a day, once a day? What's your typical?
Typical training is once a day, but maybe 4 hours between throwing and lifting. So yeah.
Cool. How far do you think you can go eventually?
As far as my body allows me to. So, yeah. I have a few numbers in the back of my mind, but I try not to focus too much on the numbers. I just kind of, like I said, be consistent, and then the numbers will eventually come.
That will tonight give you a newfound confidence when you go up against those ladies again?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Danniel, hi, Larry with RunBlogRun.
All right.
Time for a couple of questions?
Sure.
Congratulations on the silver. How many indoor competitions have you had this season?
I did before coming here. I think I did a total of 4 competitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like competing indoors? Do you see it as different than competing outdoors?
I mean, you take you take into consideration when you're outside the weather elements and stuff like that, because for the outdoor championship there was rain, whereas when you're inside there's no, there's nothing much to hinder anything. I don't think there's much of a difference. Maybe because some when I go to school in the United States, we threw on board rings versus concrete rings, and outside you always have a concrete ring. So honestly, I don't think there's that much of a difference in terms of, anything like that.
Now, we did a piece for you in RunBlogRun about a year ago, but I want to ask you a couple of questions. One about, what would you tell young Jamaican women and girls about the throws? Because obviously your country, you've done well in the sprints. Obviously, you have some pretty good distance runners too. And so now you're kind of leading the charge in the women's shot. How would you talk about that to young women? Can you tell us what you enjoy about the shot?
What I enjoy about it the most is that it's a mental game. So for me, like, it's a lot of visualization, a lot of thinking about the throws, and a lot of visualizing myself, doing the throws, doing the technique, throwing the distances and stuff like that. But I mean, the throws in Jamaica, even at the high school level, is starting to get a lot better. I remember when I was in high school, like, throwing the discus and stuff like that. Now the girls that are younger than me are throwing further than I did when I was in high school. So I definitely I'm starting to see the young girls starting to venture out of the the traditional or your typical running events. So I'm glad that, like, I'm starting to see that difference. Like, they're not just sticking to the traditional running events.
Final question. What does it feel like to win a silver medal?
I don't think it has, like, hit me yet that I've actually gotten a medal. I knew, like, I had it in me. It was just a matter of being relaxed, because sometimes you have something in you and you overthink it, and I tried not to do that. So for me, it's a really good feeling to be the first female shot putter for Jamaica to get such a good a high medal position. So it's a really good feeling.
Okay, so we're going to end it with this. Danniel Thomas-Dodd, Jamaica, first shot put medal?
Yes.
For your country. Congratulations.
On the women's side.
You'll lead a lot more Jamaican women into the shot.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.